Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight to discuss the Harrison Mills Neighborhood Plan. My name is Samantha Lahi, and I'm a community planner with the firm Urban Systems. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to further explore the community survey results and discuss emerging themes together. To begin, I would like to center us today and acknowledge that we are gathered on the unceded ancestral territories of the Salish and Squamish nations. The agenda for tonight's meeting is as follows. We will provide an overview of the Harrison Mills Neighborhood Plan project. We will recap public meeting number 1, which was held on December 8th. We will provide a high-level overview of the technical studies that have been completed and posted to the project website. We will review the results of the community survey that was distributed in the fall. The survey highlighted some key themes, which will be the focus of small breakout room discussions later this evening. We will leave space for a question and answer period, and we will wrap up with project next steps. Grown over the past 20 years. As the community continues to grow, there is an increasing need for a neighborhood plan that will support and shape how decisions are made regarding the future of Harrison Mills. The existing land use policy for Harrison Mills is contained in the Electoral Area C Official Community Plan. Over the last 20 years, the vision of the OCP has been achieved. The Area C OCP was adopted by the Fraser Valley Regional District in 2000 and no longer reflects the current day needs of the community. In fall of 2021, the FVRD embarked on a planning process to develop a neighborhood plan for the Harrison Mills community. Neighborhood plans are community documents shaped by residents sharing their vision for where they live. The development of this plan will be community-led and is intended to guide future growth and development in the neighborhood over the next 20-year time horizon by providing a clear vision and supporting policies that respond to community needs. Land use plans are largely dependent on market realities. The development community will come forward with applications reflecting what is feasible and when. The neighborhood plan will help district staff respond to development applications as they are submitted. Sandpiper has agreed to fund the process to develop the neighborhood plan. They have no greater access to the planning process or any influence on the plan's outcomes. The sole benefit to Sandpiper is that a plan will be completed earlier than if the FVRD was the funder. FVRD is overseeing the neighborhood planning process. We are still in phase 2 of the project process. The project was initiated in the fall of 2021, which included the creation of the project webpage, Have Your Say, and initial communications to residents. The community survey launched in October 2021 with results posted in December. Engagement with Salish and Squamish is ongoing. Public meeting number 1 was held on December 8th. Technical reports have been recently completed and were posted online over the last week. Today we are at public meeting number 2. The first public meeting was held virtually on December 8th, 2021. The meeting provided an overview of the plan and process and an opportunity for residents to ask questions to district staff. Approximately 40 participants attended the meeting. A recording of the meeting is available on the Have Your Say site. 5 technical reports have been prepared in support of the neighborhood planning process. The technical reports provided an assessment of existing conditions in the study area and suggested policy to be included in the neighborhood plan. The technical reports include an environmental assessment, a geotechnical assessment, an archaeology assessment, a parks and recreation report, and a Crown land assessment. We will provide a high-level overview of each of the technical reports. Please note the full reports are posted on Have Your Say and available to read in full at your leisure. The environmental assessment concluded that the Harrison Mills study area is of high ecological importance and has 3 significant ecological designations: the Harrison River Salmon Stronghold, the Chehalis River Estuary Important Bird Area, and the Harrison Chehalis Wildlife Management Area. Policy recommendations from the environmental assessment include completion of environmental assessments for all development proposals within the study area, large tree protection, including trees with roost, perch, or nest supporting features, including a tree protection policy on all properties within the study area, establishment and protection of riparian zones along Harrison River and Elbow Creek, restriction of certain activities with the potential to disturb bald eagles and other important bird species during nesting period. The geotechnical report reviewed potential geotechnical hazards in the community. Some sites within the study area are exposed to hazards that future development would need to consider, including flooding, rockfall, creek and slope related hazards, and potential earthquake impacts. Much of the existing infrastructure, for example, the dikes, are about 20 years old. Future development may implicate some of these infrastructure. Geotechnical hazards will be mapped, and supporting policy language will reflect the recommendations of the geotechnical report. Please note the geotechnical report, as posted, is still in draft form. Once finalized, it will be reposted to the project website. The Harrison Mills neighborhood study area is within the asserted territories of Chehalis, Squalets, Sumas, Scoutcale, Lackamel, and Matsqui First Nations. The archaeological report noted the significant disturbance to the lands and recorded 10 archaeological sites within the study area. All recorded archaeological sites are protected under the Heritage Conservation Act, and future disturbances should be avoided. The report provides recommendations for areas of low, medium, and high archaeological potential within the study area. As there is sensitive and confidential information in this report, only the executive summary was posted online. Conversations and engagement with Chehalis and Squalets will be ongoing throughout the project. The Parks and Recreation report reviewed the existing green infrastructure in the study area. It was determined that Harrison Mills has an established network of parks and trails that appear to meet community needs. The main takeaway from this review was the absence of connectedness between the amenities, and that in some cases, design standards do not meet best practices. The report noted opportunities for future parks and trails, including 2 new community parks and 1 regional park, small parks with playgrounds and green space within 400 meters of newly developed areas, pedestrian routes, sidewalks, or roadside trails where there are gaps in existing trail systems, and a formal boat launch. The final technical report completed was a Crown land assessment. The purpose of this review was to inventory and map Crown interests in the study area. A Crown land interest, or tenure, is an agreement between an individual or company and the provincial or federal government, which provides that individual or company with an interest in the land. Tenures are granted for a specific purpose and for periods of time. Currently, there are 72 active interests that overlap with the study area and 4 interests under application. 65% of the interests are related to water-based uses. Crown interests have been mapped to understand how they may constrain the future use of the Harrison Mills neighborhood. Together, the 5 technical reports reviewed existing conditions in the study area. Each technical report outlines opportunities and constraints that will help inform the future land use map that will form the main component of the neighborhood plan. Additionally, each technical report provided policy recommendations that will be incorporated into the neighborhood plan. A quick recap on the survey results. It was available from October 5th to November 5th. It was completed by 171 respondents. It served as the preliminary engagement step that provided an opportunity for residents to share their vision and goals for the future of the neighborhood at a high level. Feedback collected through the survey will help us to plan future engagement events, and it will also inform the development of the neighborhood plan. If you're wondering who completed the survey, here are some quick stats. 85% of the survey respondents are residents of the Harrison Mills neighborhood plan area. Of those who live and work in the area, 49% have been there for 5 years or less. The respondents who are not from Harrison Mills identified residing in Surrey, Chilliwack, Desroches, Lake Erock, Agassiz, Chehalis, and Hemlock Valley. The primary reasons for visiting Harrison Mills that were indicated by respondents are living nearby, to access nature, and to access outdoor recreational opportunities. In the next series of slides, you will see tables and graphs showing the results of each survey question. I will briefly go over the key findings by question. If you wish to review the responses in greater detail and note the percentages, I encourage you to read the full summary of the survey that is posted on the project website on Have Your Say. Describe Harrison Mills today and in the future, The words they used were almost the same. The only difference is that instead of using a different word, respondents also used the word same to describe Harrison Mills in 30 years. Respondents were asked what they value most about the Harrison Mills neighborhood plan area today, and the top 3 responses were proximity to nature, such as forests and Harrison River, quiet, the rural setting and distance from urban areas. The least frequently identified neighborhood value was housing options, including both recreational and resort housing. Respondents were asked to indicate what they would like to see improved or changed in the Harrison Mills neighborhood plan area. The top 3 responses were protection of natural habitat and watercourses, upgraded gas, internet, and power utilities, and trail connectivity and walkability. The lowest identified priority for improvement or change in the community was additional housing options. This and the next few slides correspond to questions in the survey where respondents were asked to indicate their level of agreement or disagreement with statements related to housing, commercial land use, the natural environment, and community infrastructure. To note for your reference, the red sections on the bars indicate agreement. The gold sections indicate neutrality, and the blue and gray sections indicate disagreement. In regards to housing, when asked if the Harrison Mills neighborhood plan should allow a diversity of housing options to meet the current and future needs of residents, most respondents, approximately 67%, indicated some level of disagreement. Only 26% indicated some level of agreement. When asked if housing affordability is a concern in Harrison Mills, again, more respondents disagreed, about 52%, but a significant amount, about 25%, are neutral or perhaps unsure. In regards to commercial land use, when asked if respondents would like to see more commercial uses in Harrison Mills to improve access to daily needs, more respondents disagree than agree. When asked if commercial uses should only be located around Lougheed Highway, most respondents tend to agree, as many as 77%. When asked if tourism should be accommodated and welcomed in the community, respondents were divided. 36% agreed, 35% disagreed, and 29% were neutral. In regards to the natural environment, respondents felt strongly about the protection of natural ecosystems and wildlife habitat, as well as about the preservation of cultural areas and archaeological significance. There is strong agreement with both of the following statements. When asked if parks and trails are sufficient to meet the needs of the community, more respondents agree than disagree. 52% agree and 31% disagree. When asked if the waterfront should be accessible to the public, more respondents disagree than agree. 45% to 32%. On the topic of community infrastructure, when asked if current flood protection measures and drainage infrastructure are sufficient, half of the respondents agree, but as many as 30% are neutral or perhaps unsure. When asked if current gas, internet, power utilities are sufficient, most respondents, about 68%, disagreed. Respondents were also asked if they have any concerns they would like to share with respect to future development or the preparation of the neighborhood plan. The top concern, at 39%, related to the impact of future development on the existing neighborhood and resident lifestyle. This would be due to increased traffic congestion, noise, strain on infrastructure capacity, and population increase. The second top concern, at 25%, related to the impact of future development on the natural environment, wildlife habitat, cultural heritage, and resources. Some respondents, about 14%, simply communicated their opposition to any additional development, while others, 12%, expressed support for some growth and development. Respondents could provide additional comments about the Harrison Mills neighborhood plan area. The top comment was once again related to the preservation of the existing neighborhood and lifestyle for current residents. Again, some respondents, about 21%, expressed support for some growth and development, while others, 16%, expressed their general opposition to any change or development in the area. Respondents commented on necessary improvements to existing infrastructure and utility services to address the ongoing issues the community experiences with power outages, poor internet and cell reception, as well as road safety. This was indicated by 15% of respondents. This concludes the quick overview of the survey results. Once again, I encourage you to review the complete survey summary posted online. Thank you for listening to this evening's presentation. We wanted to provide a snapshot of the project's next steps. To conclude Phase 2, we will prepare a summary of what we heard from public engagement events number 1 and number 2, and will post it to the Have Your Say site. In Phase 3, we will come back to host public engagement event number 3. We anticipate this event will be held in March, so please stay tuned. This timeline can also be found on the project website at Have Your Say. On behalf of the FVRD, we would like to thank you for your time and participation this evening. We hope you all have a wonderful night.